Hello again, Thorn up here, and today we're stepping out of the box for a bit to show a little bit of install of Better Than Buildcraft, which is a mix of Better Than Wolves and Buildcraft. Pretty simple little mods. They have a nice little author, a few authors there that have been hard at work to try to make things compatible and just work. To that, I commend them, if only the fact that the Better Than Buildcraft side takes a little longer to get them out. In this case, the 1.2.3 came out a day before 1.2.4 came out. Yeah, we'll go with that. So in any case, first thing you want to do when you're installing any mod is to back up what you've got. I don't have to worry so much about that because I keep all my stuff over in this folder. Way over here. Shrink it down a bit. Pretty much way over on my D drive. So I'm not going to have to back anything up today. But if you're going to find it, you pretty much find it by running %appdata% will take you to where all the stuff's running. It will be in one folder under XP, which I write here, or it will be under the roaming folder in Vista. Now, from there, so this is what we have. Oh, this is my. I'll probably put my folders backwards. So when you come here, you'll see this, and that pretty straightforward. You want to back up everything in your saves, back them all up. You might even want to back up the entire folder while you're at it. Just take the entire contents here, compress it, throw it someplace safe. That'd be fine. What we want to do is, because today I'm installing 1.2.3, is I'm going to use a backup I made earlier, just to simplify things. So if I'll go, just delete all those folders. So we're going to do a fresh, clean start. And I'm going to go to my fresh folder, which I'm just going to extract right here. Boom. This is set up so it will work in my directory. So it's got a couple down. Just going to copy those two across. And this will be 1.2.3. Pretty straightforward. I'm done with that folder. So now, what you want to do is once you have your fresh copy download, you want to log in once just to make sure everything downloaded properly. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to complain because it does this when I'm recording. Let's try that again. I forgot to click remember password. This always happens, eh? And it should pop up. Boom. 1.2.3. Pretty straightforward. Nothing installed yet. I've already went through and changed a couple of the options. Fair enough. Close out of there, and now we're going to start our install. At first attempt, it might seem like a task, but to be honest, it's really not that complicated. Now, if you can think of all these things as folders, it makes it a lot easier to do all this. Just going to make things a little smaller here to make it easier to see everything on the screen. So, what we first want to do is you want to go into the bin folder, and we have to install the stuff that goes in the jar folder. That's why I've pretty much organized like this. I have my Better Than Buildcraft setting. I've downloaded everything I need. I have my Raise Minimap and Modeler MP, which is required for it. Better Than Wolves and Better Than Buildcraft actually go into the jar as well. And they modify so many little things that makes it more or less incompatible with most other mods. So you don't want to be running a lot of extra mods. In my case, I do have a few that I'm going to add, as you can see here. Namely the Buildcraft stuff, and that, the InvTweaks, a little cart mod, which I may or may not have shown on my Let's Play yet. We'll get to that. And of course Timber, which I'll probably disable and use it primarily on my crafting where else to get rid of stuff quickly. Yeah. That's how it goes. So first up, we're going to go into our Minecraft jar. And you want to back that up. If anything goes wrong in that, you want to be able to copy it. And just copy it, paste it, and I like to rename it into something that other programs or other 3D and HD patcher, for instance, shouldn't change, but does anyways. In my case, I'll name it clean. And I'll put another date behind it, because my jar files tend to stick around for a while. So, I know that's 1.2.3. Trust me, I have an old one that has like tons of jars in it. So once you got that done, you want to go and open this up. I use an archiver called 7-zip. It's free, it works, and I have less hassles with it. So this is what you'll find. This will be the Minecraft jar. Right off the bat, bye-bye meta-infit. Meta-inf, bye-bye. Get out of the way so it's out of your way, and it's not a problem. First you want to do, open up your mod loader, select all. In my case, because I'm using 7-zip, I can just drag it across. Regular left click. And boom, it's added. Close that. Mod loader MP. Rinse, repeat. And essentially, you're just copying it into a compressed folder. A compressed folder that the JavaScript knows how to execute. Not really that complicated. Once we all have that in, I'm going to put in my Raise Minimap, because it's pretty simple and it just works for me. It modifies so little classes that unless there is something else that puts something up in the top corner, you're usually pretty safe with it. And because I now have mod loader in, it's safe to drop that in. And at this point, we have our three main ones. It's time to close the jar up, and we're going to execute it now just so it generates its folders. And essentially what you're doing is you're letting mod loader create those folders that you'll be needing here shortly. Yeah. And we're just going to start a simple test world just to make sure that Raise Minimap's working. And here we go. Of course, things are a little more sluggish because I'm using a screen capture program. And as you can see, everything looks pretty good. We have world generating. We have the Minimap run functioning in the top corner. Not set the way I want it yet, but I'll forego that since we're just showing how to do this right now. So we'll just save and quit and get right out of the program and move on to our next stage. So now we got that all up and running. We want to add Better Than Wolves. So we'll head back into our mind. Now we have that, we're going to do the same copy and paste before. Mainly this time, this is so that if we have any problems, it's a good kickoff point. So if you ever want to install any other mods, you can just use this copy of the jar now instead. So modded Minecraft 1.2.3, and it's the base. Just like so. So now we have another backup we can use. Yeah, don't double click. So we're back into our archive, and now we want to add Better Than Wolves. And there's a whole bunch of stuff here. For now, we're going to copy this out. Actually, while we're at this, I'm going to save that out there for now. And the install is, you want to go into the Minecraft jar part of it. You can extract this folder first and do it the other way. 7-zip's pretty straightforward and tends to cooperate quite well. So I know I can just do this. And after a couple seconds, say yes. Better Than Wolves is installed. We're going to Better Than Buildcraft. I'm going to do the exact same thing. And we can ignore this Forge SC, whatever. I'm not sure exactly where that's supposed to go. It's a remnant maybe when they do the creating of it. Who knows? But we go into here, copy this, and boom. We now have Better Than Buildcraft installed. We're almost there. We're pretty much done now with everything that modifies this jar folder. Everything else goes outside. So we're just going to close this folder. We're going to take our 2 config files. I'm going to go back over to here. And we're just going to place those right in here. There we go. And I'm going to change one thing right in this folder right now. Because I don't like hardcore buckets. One simple change. Done. So now we've got that. We now have 2 more folders here. We have a config folder, which ModLoader has already populated with its own little settings. And we have a mods folder, which currently has Ray's Minimap because that's where Ray's Minimap puts its settings. In mods, we're just going to go back into the ones that go in the mod folder and start dragging them down. In our case, we'll just Control A except for that one. Drag them into place, and done. We should now have everything installed, ready to go. Some mods you want to be careful with. These ones are fine. They're built correctly, so they just work with ModLoader. Sometimes you will find things within mods. An example of this is over in Industrial Craft. For instance, Computer Craft 1 wants to put this folder itself into the mods folder because you can't modify a zip file within Minecraft, which is fine. And then other things like Equivalent Exchange actually has stuff that goes in the resources folder and the mods folder. So you want to look out for stuff like that. But in general, that's pretty much all you have to deal with. And I do want to test out one other thing, but I'm going to leave that for now. So now we have all this in place. We step back. There shouldn't be any conflicts if we just load up our mod testing again and click Start. And again, we're ignoring updates because not all my mods are updated there yet. And there we go. World's loaded. Delete this world. Create a new world. Testing, creative. Quickly fire off in a seed I know where things should be, and we're going to go quick fly around to make sure that things are pretty much running. Give it a few seconds. Let's see. Scroll down, we see our Buildcraft stuff. That's a good sign. We have our Better Than Wolves. And everything looks good. And we have our cart stuff. So our mods are working. And if we could have a chest here. And InvTweaks is there. And our Minimap. So all our mods are up and running and as expected. And if I fly over this way, I should be seeing the mother of all oil spills as we chunkily fly along. We should have flown over it already. Or not. Yeah, it's going to load. All so fun. I'm not sure how oil or all that spawns. Should be right there. Let's say truly randomize it. That's the one thing I haven't figured out is how Buildcraft spawns their oil in these worlds. Then again, this is Better Than Wolves, Buildcraft, so yeah. I guess it was red power and the other one where it was oil over here. But, you know, there should be oil around someplace in here. And with any luck in that, it's a playable world. So there we go. This has been Thorn and showing you how to do a little quick install with a couple mods that I'm pretty happy with. And no religion there. Yeah, you know, all good. Just have a great night or day. And remember, it's a Minecraft world out there. How do I stop this thing?